not just holding your arms up by themselves, but you can totally do that too. I have a little bit of music going. Is it like interfering or is it okay?
Can't really hear it, to tell you the truth.
Okay, cool. I'll maybe turn it up a little bit, but I just don't want to have to like compete, or you can put your own on. Yes. Okay. So that's all you'll need. Maybe a cushion if you want for behind your head, maybe a towel if you want, but if you don't have those things, don't worry about it. Little bits of housekeeping if we are new to each other, because I'm over here and I can't quite see who's tuning in. If we could all turn our mics onto, or our sound onto mute, that would be amazing. And if you need me for anything, or there's something funky happening and I haven't caught it, you can just unmute yourself. Actually, no, you can't. Just frantically wave at me because I have earbuds connected to my mic, so I won't hear you. Pilates. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, let's make our way up to standing. Whoa, I know. Let's start standing today. And you can pick wherever you want the top of your mat to be. I'm just going to flip my view of the screens, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so coming up to wherever you want the top of your mat to be, can you inhale, sweep those arms up, give yourself a nice big stretch, and then exhale, bring those arms down. Inhale, give your arms up, a nice big stretch again. You can maybe give yourself an extra little wiggle up here if you'd like, and then bring those arms down. One more time, inhale, reach it up. Can you grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand, reach yourself up and take a side bend over. And notice if you're like squeezing your ears closed with your arms, can you create a bit of space there? Really lifting up and over. If you want to cross your left ankle over your right as well, you can. Take one more breath in here. Woo. Bring yourself all the way up. Let those arms come down. Give your shoulders a little roll. Let's go the other way. Your right arm is going to come up. Grab a hold with your left hand. Reach it up, and then I'm a little teapot our way over. Just starting to feel a nice bit of a stretch through that side bend. So my theme of what I would like us to explore today is a lot of like chesty opening type stuff. You can cross your right ankle over if you'd like to. So in the spirit of that, we're going to get some of our more closed arm chain stuff out of the way first. Bring yourself all the way up. Give your wrists a little shake. Give your wrists a little roll. You're going to turn so you're facing the length way, kind of like a laneway down your mat. And then one vertebrae at a time, start to bend through your knees, bend through your nose and your head and your chin and the rest of your upper body. And make our way all the way down. You're going to forward fold here. Give your knees a nice generous bend. Take a nice big inhale through the back of your hamstrings, your bum, your back. And then as you exhale, push your feet through the floor. Start to roll yourself all the way back up. Give those arms a nice reach up to the ceiling. Arms come down, nod your nose, nod your chin. Starting to bend through the knees and really hollow here. So knowing that our low back is the part of us that kind of doesn't want to move, can we really, really scoop, 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 as much as works for your body though, yeah? Obviously, if your back doesn't like to scoop, don't force it. Take an inhale at the bottom, juicy bend of the knees. Exhale, push your feet through the floor. Start to roll yourself all the way up, reaching those arms up overhead. Wednesday afternoon stretch. Last time. This time it's going to start to get spicy as we bend our knees as we roll our way down. Okay, from here, we're going to start to walk ourselves forward in space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend your knees, come down onto a hands and knees. Toes are tucked. Push the floor away from you, and you're going to pull yourself forward in space. So pushing the floor away, opening the hands wide, hug the heels of the hands down. You're going to bend your elbows and tip forward. So you're trying to like pull your nose towards the edge of your mat. My elbows are hugged in. I'm only about halfway down. And then I exhale, push up. That's 1. We're doing 5. Start to pull yourself forward. Keep widening through those collarbones. And then push from the heels of your hands 2. You could also totally do this at the wall. Pushing up for 3. We have 2 more. Opening collarbones, hugging elbows in, pushing back up for 4. One more time, lengthening long from the back of your spine so I'm not collapsing in, pushing it up. Walk yourself back over your toes into your forward fold. Take a nice big breath in through your nose here and exhale it out. Push through your feet, roll yourself all the way up. Big arm stretch overhead. Maybe a bit of a wiggle at the top if you want. And then again, draw your hands down, nod your nose, nod your chin. Start to roll your spine down to the floor, rounding through your body. Walk yourself back out to hands and knees. This time, can you take your knees and shift them back a little bit? So we're in more of a kneeling plank. Take a pause. If you want to go to the wall here, this is your chance to do so. Push your hands through the floor. Open your hands nice and wide. Hug heels of hands in. Belly is drawn in. We're just going to hold here for a second. Can you make sure your glutes are on? And we're really trying to lengthen out through our vertebrae. Like we're pumping oxygen between our vertebrae so that we're longer. As you inhale again, your elbows are going to hug in, but you're not going all the way. Yeah, you're going about maybe a third. And then exhale, push up for 5. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, push up for 4. Keeping those shoulders opening wide, push the floor away for 3 or the wall. Glutes are still on. Belly is working here for you for 2. One more time. Push it up. Tuck through your toes. Walk yourself backwards in space. Find that forward fold again. Take a nice big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Bend through your knees, push the floor away. Sweep those arms up. Can you reach a little bit higher than the last time you were here? Are we getting warm? It's happening. Arms come down, nod your nose, nod your chin, scoop and hollow your belly as you melt your way over those legs. Walk yourself forward this time. Now you can be in your hands and knees. You could be kneeling back, or you could find a full plank and we're holding here for 30 seconds. And I'm going to actually time it for you. Now, if you want to do plank, but you prefer to be on your forearms, please feel free to revisit this guy here. We're still lengthening long from head to tail. You're about halfway through. Glutes are on. Now, just notice the distance of your feet here. It's fine if they're nice and wide to start, if that's going to offer you some support. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to drop our knees. You're going to spin your hands just in a little bit. So fingertips are scooting a little bit towards each other. Knees are down if you can. Collarbones opening wide. Keep the essence of that belly. We're going to inhale to lower about halfway and then push up for 5. Elbows are reaching on a backwards diagonal this time for 4. Knowing that you can always be at the wall. Keep going. You'll look more like this. Let's go up for 2. One more time, push it up. Freeze. Can everybody take your hands, bring them onto your forearms? Maybe drop to your knees. Take an inhale in through your nose and exhale it out through your mouth. Inhale it in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, slide those rib cages down your waist. Pelvic floor, pubic bone to coccyx is drawing up towards your belly button and you're long from head to tail. Now we've been on our forearms for about 30 seconds, so can we come onto our left hand, then back up onto our right hand, hold your full plank for 10, for 9, for 8. You could be up, you could be knees down. For 3, for 2, for 1, stay working here, come down onto your right forearm and then down back onto your left for 10. For 9, do we see what's happening? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, long spine, 3, ribs are in, 2. Keep holding. This time, press up from right hand to left hand and find your plank here. Remember, you can always have your legs nice and straight. You can change the distance of your feet. For 5, for 4, for 3, we have one more center plank. Coming down onto your forearms if you can. Let's stay here for 10. Legs can be up, knees can be down. For 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Push it back, take a shell stretch. Take a nice inhale in through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Take your right hand, reach your right hand underneath your left to go for just a gentle twist here. Inhaling in and exhaling it out. Bring that arm back and thread your opposite hand underneath your opposite arm to take your twist in the opposite direction. This is when I look at my plants and go, oh, I need to water you. Take one more breath in. Gently bring yourself all the way up. Walk yourself up. Now, if you have a towel or like just something long that you can kind of roll up a bit, this is your chance to do so. If you don't have anything, don't worry about it. It's just to keep the chain closed here. Shoulder blades are on our back. We're using our glutes here. We're not like super thrusting pelvis forward, but we're supported. Okay, I'm really excited for you. I did this yesterday and like, whew, my arms. Okay, hands are coming down to the floor. Now let's really draw those shoulder blades on our back. We're gonna take our arms and reach them up and forward, shoulder height. Inhaling it down, exhale to lift. Inhale down, exhale, lift down. Now, if you had like a thorough band, you could always put it underneath your knees and lift up with some resistance. You definitely don't have to, just giving you some ideas. Lift, arms come down, they lift up. Arms come down, they lift up. Good, and lift. I think we might have done a version of this the first time we did our online classes. So as we're lifting our arms here, we want to keep drawing those ribs in. We want to think about reaching out as if your arms could go on forever and ever. Like as if I could reach them so long, I can like reach right through the computer and just like give everybody a virtual hug. Lifting up and down and up. Find some breath here for 10 and down for 9. Allowing your underarms, your armpits to showcase itself up and forward, yeah? So we don't want to squeeze shoulder to ears. Keep going, you've got it. 2. We're going to pull the arms into the chest and then push out. Pull it in. And every time you pull the arms in, can you squeeze your shoulder blades together? Squeeze them together. Keep going. If you don't have a towel, heels of your hands push out, squeeze. Heels of hands, squeeze. You're going to get just as much work out of it. It's just adding a bit of a closed chain versus an open chain. So if I have something connecting my hands, I'm sort of closing off the circuit. Squeeze the shoulder blades, push away. Squeeze the shoulder blades, push away. 10, 9, reach. 8, and really give it a squeeze. Really give it a squeeze. And we're thinking low into that mid back. 3, for 2, for 1, arms are going up and forward and down, up and forward and down, up and forward. Again, keep going. You could always do showcasing heels of the hands or tight fists. That would work as well. Squeezing through your full arm and down, up and down, lift and down. Now, if your arms are starting to get like a little fiery, congratulations, that's totally the point, yeah? Our lower part of our body is 100% supporting us here, so making sure we're not rocking and rolling through our pelvis, it's staying nice and level. You've got 10, down, 9, down, 8, and I'm not going all the way up to my ears, it's more of a forward diagonal. 3, 2, I'm gonna pull my arms into my chest again and push out and up. Squeeze it in, out and up, squeeze it in, out and up, squeeze and reach. If you wanted to put your own music on, you can totally do it. Got some K Perry happening over here. Squeeze shoulders in, reach forward. Squeeze in, reach forward. And every time you're pushing, you're really pushing. Like you're actually trying to pull something in and then change your mind. Pull it in, change your mind. 10, reach. 9, reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, belly still stable. 3, push it away for 2. Last one, can you hold those arms up? Hold them up here. Reach out through the heels of your hands for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, take a little break. Good job. Your shoulders a little roll. Maybe give yourself a little hug. Maybe grab a little bit of water. If you had a towel or something, you're going to ditch it. We're going to use just our arm weight here now. So both of your heels of your hands are going to reach forward. Remember all that planking we did to warm up? It was to give us that alignment here. So take a second to feel. Ears, shoulders, and hips are stacked right over our knees. Glutes are supporting us. Rib cage is drawing down. Pelvic floor is drawing up. Belly is wrapping wide. Heels of our hands are out. We're going to start with our left hand. Can you squeeze that arm? Like really feel like you're pulling a band here to open that arm out and then pull it back. And then your right arm goes out and then back. Squeeze. So it's one shoulder blade at a time here now. When we were moving our arms together, we were working them together. Whereas now you get a chance to like really, really isolate. If you're loving heels of the hands out, go for it. If you want to make fists and squeeze your whole arm, you could do that. Now I'm at shoulder height with my arms right now. If that's not feeling super fabulous, you could always lower down and work down here as well. But if you can, shoulder height squeeze. And we're literally trying to send our brain to the back of our body here. Trying to draw those shoulder blades in. Draw it in. We're going for 5 and 5. We're going for 4 and 4. 3. Keeping those ribs drawn in. 2. Find your breath. Find it here. Last one. Hold the left arm out. Hold it here. You're going to rotate it in and back up. In and back up. In and back up. So my whole arm is rotating here. Not just my shoulder, not just my wrist. Rotate it and in. I sort of feel like Sassy Sandy in Grease when I do this. And rotate. Squeeze and rotate. Play with that fisted hand or that lengthened out through the palm hand, but can you squeeze your full arm regardless? 5 more here for 5, for 4, for 3. I'm really hoping you're feeling your shoulders by now. 1, bring that left arm all the way back. Right arm opens up, reaching through the heel of your hand or into a fist. We rotate in and back and in and back. Now there may be a little bit of movement here because like we're moving through our shoulders, and that's totally fine. But what I want to make sure is that our hips aren't doing anything with us, that we're keeping our base of support here as a base of support. Up, rotate in and up. How big and generous can you be with this movement? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring those arms back, reach them out, push your fists away or push the heels of your hands away. We're gonna bend in, push out, bend in, push out, in and squeeze, in and squeeze. So we're still doing that shoulder blade hug, but as your arms reach out, really, really push them out. If your arms are not on fire yet, you need to give me like a wave and I will figure out what's happening there for you. My arms are on fire. Let's go for 10. Reach. 9. Now they're not totally beside me. There's like a little bit of a hint of a peripheral vision here. So I can see my hands even though I'm looking forward. If they were all the way out to the side, I wouldn't be able to see them. We're going for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, bring it in, give them a little shake. Nice job, team. Arms can come across your chest if you'd like to. Feeling good, feeling good. Okay, we're gonna come back down onto hands and knees. Now again, if you have towels, pillows underneath your knees, that might be nice. Let's just massage out that spine one more little time. So as you inhale, you're lengthening from tail to head. And as you exhale, you're gonna round the spine, push the floor away, hollow your belly in. As we inhale, we're lengthening, not dumping. It's like you're really just trying to focus on pulling your chest forward. And then exhale, scoop in round, push that floor away. Inhaling to lengthen it out. Exhaling to round. 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to scoop. 1 more time. Inhaling it out. And this last one, if you'd like to just give it a little zhuzh, a little rounding, you can. Okay, keeping on this theme of opening through our chest to start with, can we really revisit what it felt like when we were doing those beginning planks? Ribs are drawing in, pelvic floor up, belly wide. Push the floor away, and then let's take our left hand out to the side beside us. So very similar to what we were doing before, except now we're on our hands and knees. You're going to right away take your right leg and reach your right leg back and step your toes back. And can you keep feeling that belly supporting you, like you're really trying to push that floor away? Your left hand, can you make into a fist and squeeze your arm, please? And as you exhale, you're going to lift it up. Inhale to lower it down. Exhale to lift it up. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. Tap and lift. Now your standing kickstand arm, you keep going. I'm going to troubleshoot a little bit. This standing arm, we want to make sure your eye of your elbow isn't poking forward. We want it to make sure it's pointing in. So keep a gentle little bend of that supporting elbow. From underneath your armpit, you're pushing the floor away. So there's a real elevation through our chest here. Our right shoulder and right ear are not squeezing into each other. And even though the left arm is the one that's lifting up, you might be feeling your standing arm a lot. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Last one, hold. Can you bend that left arm in so you're making a little hook? You're going to rotate that arm down and then rotate it up. Rotate it down. Now, with your right leg back, that's what's going to give your right standing arm, especially through that tricep and shoulder and delt, a little bit more work. So if you want to pull the right arm in to give you a little bit more support, or right leg in, can you tell I've been teaching all week? It's like Wednesday brain. Rotate in and up. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. Last one. You're going to open that arm so that your palm faces the floor, but you're still hooked. You're going to punch it forward and then squeeze the elbow in towards the waist. Punch it forward, squeeze it in. Punch it forward, squeeze it in. Now, the whole time I'm working here, I'm still thinking about opening my collarbone through my chest. I'm thinking about pushing the floor away with that right hand, squeezing the left one in. We're going for 5. We're going for 4. We're going for 3. You've got it here, team, for 2. Last one. Reach that left arm back, tricep extension. Pull it in, reach it out. So the whole time, whew, I need a hot second. Okay, cool, we got it. The whole time we're working here, we're still keeping that connection of our low belly, our ribs in, of pushing the floor away with that right hand, of reaching long from head to tail. Exhale, squeeze through that back tricep. Really see if you can pop it here. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, bring it down. Nice job. Whew. We're going to keep going with using our right hand to support us. And we're going to come all the way up to kneeling. So you're essentially standing up on your knees. Any little rolls, any little movements you need to make, feel free. We're going to I'm a little teapot our way over so that our right hand eventually finds the floor and your left leg is going to come out like a kickstand. Now, depending how you're feeling in your body today, you might be like, yes, this is feeling fabulous. I want to really, really work on that side bend over. And maybe you're on tented fingers. Maybe you're on a flat hand. Maybe you're like, Dom, I'm not into this at all. And you can be right against a wall for some support here, yeah? So that your hand doesn't have to go as low. Does that make sense? Because we're going to be lifting our leg. So picking a version that feels like it makes sense for you. Right hand is down on the floor. Glutes are working to bring our pelvis forward. Your left leg is out nice and long. Your left hand is going to reach up towards the ceiling. And then can you bring the left hand behind your head so that it's kind of like you're like chilling out, leaning into that hand here. Your left leg is going to lift up hip height. We're going to flex through that foot. You're going to take it forward a few centimeters or inches, squeeze your bum and bring it back. Now just past center, bring it back a little, but not like a huge banana back bend here. Flex your foot, take it forward in space. Point your foot, squeeze your bum, pull it back. Flex your foot, take it forward. Point and bring it back. Now if your right hand is on the floor, notice that I'm not leaning into that right shoulder. I'm pushing my right arm away so that I'm keeping a beautiful amount of space here. Now, again, if this side bend is feeling like a lot on your neck, on your arms, on your wrists, you can always find a wall or a couch, something that's close by that you can lean into. That's just not going to take you into such a big side bend. That's totally fine. Now, I'm hoping the longer we're here, the more I'm talking, you're like, Dom, we get it. My bum is on fire. And I'm like, yep, mine too. Let's go for 3. If you don't love the hand behind the head, you can always reach that arm up. You can always look down, right? Whatever's going to give you the least amount of tension through your neck. Bring the leg back to center, hold. Lower it just to tap the floor. Squeeze your bum, lift it up for 10. Inhale, lower down to tap. Exhale, lift up, 9. Inhale, lower, tap. Bottom waist, no matter where you are, is drawing up and in. Push the floor away from underneath you. Draw the ribs in. Squeeze your bum. We're going for 4. For 3. Top bum, yeah? We're all feeling our top bum cheeks. Last one, lift up, hold. Little circles here for 8, 7, 6, you've got it. 5, 4, keep opening collarbones. 2, it's not big. 1, go the other way. 8, it's tiny. 7, 6, but can you lift it up and in, up and in for 3, for 2, last one, bring it down. Oh, is anyone else like on fire? Ma-bam. Give yourself a nice big breath in. Give yourself a breath out. I'm going to grab some water. Take this as an intermission. And then we'll head over to that second side. So starting with our arms, yeah? Starting with that upper body. Hands and knees. Let's again give that spine just a chance to mobilize a little bit again. So as we inhale, lengthen from tail up through the spine, opening through the chest. Again, it's not about the low back here. It's about the upper body that we're trying to extend. And then as you exhale, rounding through the low body, pushing the floor away. And then lengthening back out one long line. Okay, so this time, pushing floor away, pulling hands apart from each other, hug the heels of the hands down. That's turning on our upper body. Your right hand is going to go out to the side. Feel all of that work established, keeping that essence of the plank. And then we're going to reach our left leg back this time. Now, knowing that that's an option, right? You could always change your mind. And if being on hands and knees doesn't feel good, we're always able to revisit the version when we were kneeling, right? Okay. Keeping our foundation, right arm reaches out and up, and then it lowers down. It reaches out and up, and then it lowers down. So side to side can be so incredibly different in our bodies, right? Like on the first side that we did, I was feeling my standing arm a lot. It's starting to happen now again. But on this side, I really do feel the work of the lifting arm. So just knowing that even though we're doing the same thing, depending on what's happening in your body, you might feel something more than another, yeah? But we want to keep pushing that floor away. Again, it's coming from underneath the armpit, not from our shoulder or our wrist. That's a lot of work on the joints. Knowing again that you definitely don't have to be leaning on that wrist. You could also be on a fist if you would like to. You could be kneeling up. Keep going here. If you don't love this back leg out, you could always pull it in. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Lift that arm up and then hold. Can you take that arm and bend it in so you're making like a little hook? You're going to take the full arm and rotate it so that your wrist points to the floor and then lift it back up. Rotate it down. There's also, because I mean, everything is just building all the time, right? Lots of oblique and abs supporting you. There has to be. If there wasn't, your spine would be kind of noodling around. So we're using our breath, inhale, exhaling, to still connect into that part of us. Keep pushing the floor away. We've got 5. We've got 4. Know that your low back is working hard for you here, yeah? For 2, so if you feel that, it makes sense. Take that arm, punch it forward, squeeze your elbow, pull it in. Take it, punch it forward, squeeze and pull it in. Take and punch it forward, squeeze it in. Knowing that your left leg can still be back behind you if that feels like a great option. Now, I just adjusted my head because I was starting to look down. Can we keep our gaze just forward of our fingertips as best as you can? Squeeze it in. Let's go for 4. For 3. For 2, we're going to take it all the way back. Find a tricep extension back. Squeeze it in and reach. And you really are using your mind-body connection here. Working, sending your brain, sending your attention to that back of the right arm here. Reach and squeeze, belly still stable, using your breath, opening the space away from our earlobes, across our shoulders and collarbones, still thinking about pushing left hand through the floor, pulling it wide, hugging the heel of the hand in. Let's go for 5. Let's go for 4. You can do it. For 3, finishing strong together here. For 2, last 1. Bring it in, nice job. Not totally finishing off on that side, taking ourselves now over into our side bend. So we troubleshooted lots of options last time we were here, right? So you can be up at the wall, you can be on fingertips, you could be down on your hand, whatever's going to feel good. Right leg starts out to the side. I'm a little teapot over with that left leg, with that left arm, sorry. Fingertips tented or flat. Right arm up to the ceiling. You could also bring it behind your head, whatever's going to work best for you. Taking a second to make sure we don't feel slouchy and collapsy. We're lengthening up and away. Our glutes are trying to drive our hips forward. Our belly is on. Take that right leg and lift it so that it's hip height. And can we feel like I'm pulling the leg out and away from you? Flex that foot. You're going to take it forward a few inches, but keep sticking your bum out behind you. Point your toes and bring that leg back. Flex through your foot, take the leg forward. Point through your toes, squeeze it back. Now, as we fatigue here, and you'll see it on me too, right? That's like kind of the fun thing about doing this together is you know that I know exactly what you're feeling, is our legs are gonna wanna droop down. So we're gonna keep the leg lifted up in space, and you're welcome to keep a gentle bend of that knee as well. It might actually make it more exciting in your top bum cheek for you. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Again, you could totally be at the wall here. Just gives you a little more support. 1 more time. I'm going to stay at the wall. Bring that leg center. You're going to lower your toes down to tap and then lift it up. Lower down to tap and then lift. And as you're doing this tap and lift, just noticing if things in the body want to kind of collapse with you, right? Our foundation is everything. If we set up this good foundation, it means that's what's going to get so spicy in the parts of us that are moving. We're in this up side bend to the left. Glutes are on here, especially that top bum. Yeah, we feel it happening. Belly is supporting you. Arm can be where you need. Gaze can be where you need. You could be looking down. Last one here, lift it up, hold. Little circles for 8, 7, up and around, 6, 5, I feel it with you, 4, don't worry, 3, 2, 1, other way, 8, 7, 6, 5, finish strong, 4, all together, 3, little bit bigger, 2, last one, bring it in. Nice work. We're gonna flip onto our backs on our mats. Like, thank goodness, right? That we get to like lie down for a second. Let's avoid the temptation to stretch our bum right away because we're going to do some more fun stuff here. Some Dom version of fun stuff, right? Which is always a good distinguishing thing to say. Take a nice big breath in through your nose here, please. And exhale, side out. Inhale it in through your nose. Exhale, side out through your mouth. Good job. Planting our feet completely flat down into the floor. Can you do a little check-in with your hips for me? And make sure that they're level, not just level like to your pubic bone, but also side to side or up towards your ribs, right? Because sometimes we have one that wants to hike more than the other, especially if you've been sitting a lot, right? We want to make sure that that part of our pelvis structure is also being supported. Okay, take your breath in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, let's get really grounded. Inhale, expanding into the sides and backs of the ribs. And exhale to let that rib cage draw down. Now, as you inhale, also thinking pelvic floor, pubic bone to coccyx, like a little string of tissues or web or pancake of tissues. And as you exhale, drawing that up to your belly, drawing the ribs down and wrapping around your center of your stomach. Keeping that support, let's take our arms, let's reach our arms up to the ceiling. Can you make really tight fists and really like turn on your arm muscles? Inhaling to be here. Now, one vertebrae at a time as you exhale. Start to hollow your low back to the floor. Push your feet through the floor as you lift your hips up one vertebrae at a time. At the top, take a breath in. And as you exhale, move from your collarbone, your sternum first. So that's how high up we initiate. And then we undulate our spine all the way back to center. Little low back off the floor. Take your inhale. As you exhale, scoop from your low belly. Push the floor away. Find your glutes. Lift your hips up, reaching knees out over toes. Take a breath in at the top, and then exhale to gently roll all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling to gentle release. Exhaling to scoop. Push the floor away. Lift the hips up. So this is definitely glutes and hamstrings here, right? Like I think we can all agree on that. Keep moving with your breath as you roll. But it's also really important to make sure that we feel our core and that we're using this as a chance to massage our spine. So peeling ourselves one vertebrae at a time, lengthening our knees forward like there's a little bubble behind our kneecap. And then at the top, check back in and notice if your hips have changed in their leveling, right? We want to keep them level. Gently roll it back down. All right, here we go. Did you see me smile? Maybe you didn't because you're looking up at the ceiling because you all are professionals at this, but I totally smiled about what we're going to do next. So you're going to start to roll down. Feel the backs of the ribs and then exhale, lift up. Start to scoop and roll. Squeeze your glutes, lift up. Start to scoop and roll. Exhale, lift. Scoop and then change your mind, exhale up. So your bum is never going to touch the floor, but we're really thinking about hollowing and then opening a little. Hollowing and then opening a little. And the opening is not the belly, the chest, the ribs. The opening is the opening forward, the opening through the front of the hips, yeah? And we're finding that experience by going first into our flexion and then squeeze and lift. Flexion and then lengthening. And I'm hoping as we're carrying on with this that you're like, yeah, okay, Dom, I'm starting to feel my bum cheeks. Finding through those breaths. Scoop and then lift. The whole time you're working here, we're pulling our heels into our bum cheeks so that we're not dumping onto our head, neck, shoulders. 4. It's a scoop and then it's an open. For 2. One more time, lift and hold at the top here. Take a breath in through the nose. Take a breath out through the mouth. Can you start to get really rooted down in that right foot? Breathe in. And as you breathe out, can you roll up to your left toes? Now pause, take a look, a quick cheeky peek back at your hips and make sure that they're still level. Can you find your left inner thigh and start to hug your left inner thigh in so that it's not opening out to the side? If all of this is feeling great, maybe that left reaches up to a tabletop, but only if all of your structure stays the same. Maybe the left leg reaches out. Maybe your arms come down to the floor. It's up to you. I'm going to come to the toes, but you be where you need to be. We're going to stick our bum out, lower halfway, then lift up for 8. Lower halfway, lift up for 7. Remember, your leg could be at table. It could be lengthened out for 5. Keep those ribs drawing in for 4. Inner thighs work for 3. Using your breath for 2. One more time, lift it up. If your right leg is lifted, pull it into table. Everybody come to toes. Roll the foot back down. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Recalibrate. If your back is starting to feel not fabulous, maybe explore lowering down a little bit. Keep thinking about tucking through that pelvis so that your pubic bone is reaching up to the ceiling. And remember, we're pulling forward. Okay, getting nice and rooted down in that right foot, can we roll up to our left toes this time? Now, before we lift that leg, hug the standing inner thigh in. Check in with your hip bones, they're level. Hugging heels in, reaching knees forward. Maybe you stay on the toes of your left foot. Maybe that left foot lifts to a table. Maybe it reaches forward. But your deciding factor, again, is where is your pelvis? That's what we care the most about. I'm coming down to my toe, but you need to be where you need to be. Stick out halfway, lift up for 8. Down, hug up for 7. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. And the work is happening from underneath you with your legs. But on top, we have that exhale to think about being in a plank for 4. For 3. Halfway, lift up. One more time. Lift up. If your left leg is long, pull it into table. Everybody meet on your toes. Roll that leg back down. Freeze. You have both of your feet planted on the floor. We're going to lift our heels up to hover. Can you scoop and roll all the way back down? Take a breath in. Heels are still hovered. As you exhale, scoop and roll all the way back up, using your glutes as you lift your knees up and forward. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, scoop, tuck in, roll. Now my heels are not in their like super highest. They're a little bit lower than that. Breathe in and then exhale. It's actually a lot more work to not be popped over the arches of your toes. Breathing in at the top and then exhale. I hope it goes without saying that we're feeling glute and hamstring here, yeah? If you're super low backy, don't lift quite so high. One more time and make sure that your hands are down, yeah? Hold it here. We're gonna lower our heels, lift and hover. Heels tap and hover. Tap and hover. tap, and hover. Now, it's like we're in a magician's box. You know how like there's that magic trick where they can cut you into different pieces? Kind of gruesome, but there's different boxes happening here. The box that contains my thighs, my knees, my heels, my calves, that's moving, right? Because my heels are tapping to the floor. The box that contains my hips is thinking about going up every time my heels tap down. And then the box that contains everything from belly button to crown of my head is totally stable. Tap and lift for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last 1, hold it here, pulse your hips up for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last 1, drop your heels, roll all the way down. Give your knees a little windshield wiper from side to side. Taking a nice breath in through the nose. Breath out through your mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through our mouth. Okay, we're going to move into some ab stuff, and then we're going to finish with a little bit more legs and abs. I am going to disclaimer and say that I'm going to work up to teaching us something, and I'm not sure how it's going to go online, so we're just going to see, and we're going to work together, and it's going to be great. Let's start off with something we all know, though. So let's take our legs. Let's actually bring our legs out into that butterfly again. We do this sometimes, and let's keep our hips and our pubic bone level. So again, for me, if you check in with my spine, I like to really extend. So I have to think about scooping back a little bit to make sure that it stays level. So if you're the opposite way, you'll have to think about releasing a little bit. Letting your thighs be open, let's take those hands, interlace them behind our heads. Lifting our elbows up to our peripheral vision. Let's take a second here just to breathe in. And then let the breath just out the mouth. Breathing in through our nose. Exhale through our mouth. And so every time I exhale, I'm thinking about my pelvic floor drawing up towards my belly button. I'm thinking about allowing my rib cage to draw down and then wrapping my belly button wide around my torso. Okay, inhaling here, I'm looking up at the ceiling. As I breathe out, I'm thinking about a little scoop through the pelvis, the ribs slide down the waist as I curl up and I look forward over my legs. Inhale to lengthen back. Exhale. And I shouldn't say I should say we, because we're all totally doing this, right? Inhale, we lengthen back, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, we curl together and lengthen and look forward. Now, the look forward is not an opportunity to crunch through the neck. Can we see that might be really uncomfortable? That's why my hands are there. My hands are there right now to offer a little bit of support so that I can really focus on feeling what's happening in the center of my body. I'm scooping that low belly in. I'm drawing the ribs down. And we're working in this butterfly shape because I want you to notice if your legs squeeze. It's going to be really, really important for what we're doing after this, that we find the control through the center of our body. Exhale to curl. We're going for 5. We're going for 4. We're going for 3. Inhale to lengthen up at the ceiling. Exhale to curl up for 2. Thinking about targeting just below the belly button. Hold it there. Can you hold it here? Can you fold your legs up to center? And then without worrying about squeezing your bum, can we all scoop and draw back? We're all going to think about hollowing out through that belly. Take a breath in through your nose. Take a breath out through your mouth. Keep your feet planted. Keep scooping through that low belly. Inhale to lengthen back, but as you lengthen, keep drawing the back of the low belly button towards the floor behind you. And then exhale, enhance that as you curl up. So now we're doing our super duper best. That fleshy low belly space, pubic bone to belly button, that's hollowing like cray cray. It's not squeezing. We don't want to pop up through the middle of the belly button. We, in fact, want to exhale, hollow it. Hollow it and widen it. You'll notice that I tend to kind of poke this area because that's how I feel like I get the most connection into it, is if I just give it a little reminder. We're going for 2. We're going for 1. You're going to hold it here now. Hold it here. Roll up to your toes. Keep scooping through the belly. Can you lift maybe 1 leg, maybe 2 legs up to a table? Keep hollowing your belly. We're going to do little pulses here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold and scoop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big breath in through your nose. And exhale it out. Roll yourself over to one side. Come all the way up to seated. We're going to do a little reverse table here just to sort of open up a little bit more through the shoulders. So my palms, my fingertips are pointing forward. And if you want to give yourself like a really big stretch here, you can lift one arm up, take it all the way back and around, and then the other opens up as well. Now just pause here for a second for me and notice how that already feels in your chest. That already might be like tons through the pec and shoulder. If that's feeling okay, maybe experiment with lifting your hips up. So it's essentially like a reverse quadruped or reverse plank. Using your glutes to lift here, we're going to hold for 10. We're not going to be here long. 7, 6, 5. You could also be here, yeah, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Can you unravel that shape and just round forward? Taking a breath in through your nose. Breath out through your mouth. Roll yourself all the way up. All right. So we're going to walk ourselves back down, but we're going to come onto our forearms here. Now, again, depending on your body, this might feel absolutely horrendous on your neck. And if it's feeling horrendous on your neck, please don't even worry about like fighting it. You can just come all the way down. Okay. And revisit from there. Otherwise, we're up opening through the shoulders. Now keep your gaze down. The more you look up, the harder it's going to be on your neck. If staying in a lengthened neutral spine is what you need to do, that's what you're going to do. If you're back, it's available to you to find that scoop again. Can you scoop like your life depends on it? We're not going to be here long. Keep pushing the floor away. Scoop your belly. Roll up to your toes and lift those legs up. Hold it. If you're not up on your shoulders, you're down like this. Does that make sense? So pick where you need to be. We're going to flex through our feet wherever you are. You're going to inhale to squeeze your knees in a little tighter. And as you exhale, scoop the belly, push the legs away. Inhale to pull the knees in, hollow your belly more. And as you exhale, keep hollowing as you push the legs away. Now my hands are here to help continually open my chest and lift me up. My gaze is down. I'm looking like almost down as low as, actually, I'm looking right at my pubic bone. That's how low your gaze is. Exhale to reach. Now, the lower your legs go here, the more of a challenge it's going to be to keep your scoop. We're going for 4. Keep going if you're up at your forearms. For 3, you could also be here. We're going for 2. One more time. Can you hold wherever you are? You're going to inhale, keep your legs straight, lower them an inch. Exhale to lift them up for 5. Inhale to lower straight an inch. Scoop your belly, lift up for 4. Now, again, you could be in a neutral spine here, right? But that's only if your low back cannot handle being in a scoop. Otherwise, you're totally in a hollowed, scoopy belly. Last one here. Exhale it up. Bend your knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale it out. All right, if you're staying on your back, stay on your back. If you're coming up to forearms, come up to forearms. We're all starting the same way, right? We're all starting with scooping in. Now, this is where it gets a little finicky, but we're going to figure it out together. So what I would like us to do is find your initial position and then exhale to scoop. Now, if you're a person on your back, this is where you're going to stay until we're all moving together, okay? You're going to be working from here. If you're on your forearms, can you start to roll over? So you're like right in the middle of your left, bum cheek, which is going to feel a little like, oh, because we worked our glutes. Know that I know that. You're going to use your left forearm to lift you up like you're in a side plank and you're hollowed here. Can we see how I'm leaning on my hip? You're on an angle. If you've totally lost me, you could totally still stay at center and just work an angle of the legs or be down. You're going to take your inhale, pull those legs in tighter, and then exhale to reach them out. Inhale to squeeze them in. Exhale to reach. And everything is happening here with a scooped belly, right? We're hollowing in, and then as we push away, we're hollowing deeper. Can we check in with that bottom waist, especially if you're up on your left forearm here? If you're hating this version, you're on your back, and you're taking a twist up and over to the left, right? So like our regular oblique twist that we would do together. Or you can be down completely and just working through those legs, yeah? We're going for 3. We're going for 2. One more time, wherever you are, reach those legs long. Now keep scooping, keep pushing the floor away. This is the big money. Reach the legs out and down a few inches, lift them up for 5. Out and down, lift them up for 4. You could be on your side. You could be on your back. 3, just in that twist. Let's go for 2, right? I'm just trying to make sure I cover my bases. Last 1, pull your legs in, come onto your back, take a break in. A break and a breath in. Whew. I'm gonna flip over so I can face you as I do the other side. I'm hoping this is making sense, yeah? We're like adding a little bit of extra flavor to our time together. Whew. Okay. If you want to continue working from being on your back and folding up into our curl, you can do that. If you want to explore that forearm thing again, let's do it. So finding first our centered position, we're lengthening our chest up. We're using our low abs to hollow through our belly. And then as you're ready, starting to make your way over so that you're resting, it's going to feel like a massage, into your right bum cheek this time. Bottom waist is drawing up. Your right hand is really there to support you. When you're ready, you're bringing those legs up off of the floor, scoop your belly. Now, know that it's likely your bum is like, oh, this feels like a lot. I know. Squeeze the legs in towards you, and then exhale, reach them up and away. Inhale, we squeeze them in. Exhale, we reach. Now, as you squeeze in, it's tempting to kind of curl and slouch. Can we keep lifting up through that bottom waist? And it's not even about the legs. It's about that scoop of the belly and our obliques. If you're feeling really spicy, maybe you add a top hand. The lower down your legs go, the more work it is to scoop. You could also be on your back with an oblique twist over, right? Lots of options here. If your head is just not happy at all, you can always keep it down and working out through center. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Here we go. Here's the exciting one. Keep those legs straight. Squeeze the belly in. Lengthen up through those bottom ribs. Lower your legs down a few inches, then reach out and up, squeeze them in for 5. And the way they lift is by hollowing the belly to bring them up. For 3. For 2. Last one. Pull your knees in. Come onto your back. Take a little break. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Take a breath in through your nose. Breathe it out through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose. Exhaling it out through your mouth. And then making your way over onto your side, bringing yourself all the way up. We're going to finish hands and knees with just a little bit more work for the legs and for the abs. And then we're done. Time flies, eh? When we're having fun. If being on your wrists is no longer an option, forearms here will be totally fine. And if that doesn't work, you can always find a wall and take a little wall squat, yeah? Otherwise, hands and knees. Take your breath in through the nose. Take a breath out. Keep that nice long spine. Push the floor away. Open the hands away. Hug heels of hands in. Knees are right underneath your hips. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, lift your knees up just a few inches. Inhale, lower, tap. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower to tap. Exhale to lift. If you're working from the floor, keep going. If you need to be forearms, keep going. Keep going. If you're at the wall, I just want to make sure you know your option. You're at the wall and you're just doing a little pulse up, little slide down. Little pulse up, little slide down, yeah? So picking the one that's going to be most available to you, The most bang for your buck here. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Last one, hold. Now, if you're at the wall, you're getting low and you're holding. If you're on the floor, slide your bum back just a few inches. Keep the knees low to the ground. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward. Take a little break. Take a little shell stretch. Inhale it in. Exhale it out. If you would like to do one more super exciting plank with me, let's do it. If you're ready to just chill out for a hot second, make your way onto your back. We will join you in 1 minute. If you are planking with me, you're going to bring yourself onto forearms or hands, whatever feels good. We're going to start in our knees under hips. Take your breath in. As you breathe out, lift your knees to hover. You're going to walk your legs back. We're going to lift that left leg up. We're going to squeeze it in and across to your right elbow for 5. Inhale, reach it back. Same side. 4. Reach it back. Same side. 3. For 2. You could totally be on forearms here. Last one. Reach it back. Plop it down. Take your breath in. As you breathe out, lift your opposite leg to hover up. Twist in and around. Squeeze knee to opposite elbow for 5. Reach it back, squeeze it in for 4. Knowing that if you're done, you're done. Like you've already worked so hard. 3. For 2. One more time. Plant your foot down, find your knees. Take a shell stretch. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale, side out. If you'd like to do a glute stretch on your back, you're gonna flip over onto your backs. Take your left leg, reach it up to the ceiling, give it a little wiggle. And then left ankle over right knee. You could also come up and do it from here. You could be standing, leaning against the wall. If you'd like to give yourself a little rock side to side, you totally can. And this is our time to chill out with our breath. Inhaling it in through the nose. And exhaling it out through the mouth. Pausing at center. If you're on your back, you can draw the right thigh in towards you to open that left thigh up a little more. Now, this is a great place. If you have a pillow, pop it behind your head here. It's just going to help. It allows the chain to not have to reach, like your fascial chain, the chain of your body, not have to strain so much. It just lifts you up so that your neck can soften as you stretch here. I'm a big fan. You can add that little rock if you'd like. Notice as you tip to the right that you can open that left thigh up a little bit more. Bring yourself back to center. Drop the leg down and then switch sides, this time reaching your right leg up. Give your ankle a little shake. Give your leg a little shake. And then cross the right ankle over the left knee. Give yourself a little tip side to side. Nice breaths in. Nice breaths out. Little tip, little tip. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to pause at center and draw the thigh in closer to the chest, flexing through that foot, and then rocking here as well. Opening it out. When you're ready, taking a few more breaths here. Take the leg, bring it back down. Can you reach your arms nice and long? Arms and legs nice and long. And inhale, take a nice big stretch. And then exhale, let your body soften. Bring your arms around yourself, give yourself a squeeze. Thank you so much for having me in here online with you today. It is always such a pleasure, and it's so cool that we got to connect on Wednesday today, like a nice maybe treat. Have a fabulous rest of your day. You are all done.
Thank you, Dawn. That was great.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Like sweating along with you.
Yeah, thanks. That was great.
Thank you.